this morning. Now it's just after 10 to 9. What started off as a way of saying thank you to people who helped us all through the pandemic has become an annual event.
Yeah, the focus of this year's Thank You Day on July the 7th is to both recognise and celebrate the efforts of everyone who makes a difference to our communities. Let's take a look at how it's been marked before.
Well, the actor, broadcaster and Thank You Day ambassador Ross Kemp joins us now from Rickmansworth, where you've got some friends there. Ross, what are you all up to?
Well, we've got some people from the Royal Voluntary Service here in Rickmansworth. They turn up, rain or shine, to help people in the community. They'll serve them lunches. This morning it's breakfast. And you can't underestimate what a difference it makes to a lot of the people behind me. Some of them may have lost loved ones, they're on their own, and they can come here and they can be looked after and they get a real sense of community, and it brings people together. And that's what we want to celebrate on the 7th of July. We want to say thank you to all the people in our lives that go the extra mile for us and our loved ones, but also bring communities together.
Ross, how did you get involved in Thank You Day? Why have you become one of their ambassadors?
Well, basically I got asked, but I also think it's a wonderful thing. It started in 2021, and, you know, we're going through COVID, we've been through COVID. I think it's had a massive effect on people that we can't even begin to quantify right now. And I think a lot of people are feeling disenfranchised. They feel maybe they're not cared or looked after in their community. And this is an opportunity for us to reach out to those people and say, you are part of our community. Please come and join in on the 7th. Have a picnic, have a barbecue, just go around to a neighbour's garden. I remember living in London when I was a young drama student many, many years ago, and not knowing the person that lived a brick width away from me. And I think this is a great opportunity. Go around and just knock on the door and say hi. And if they tell you they're not interested, well, what have you lost? You know, go back home and open a bottle of what you fancy, or pour a nice cup of tea, lift a cup and say, cheers for volunteers.
I suspect your neighbours now know exactly who you are, Ross. There's no way of you hiding. It's interesting, though, isn't it? Because during the pandemic, when lots of us spending more time at home and coming out and clapping for carers and that kind of thing, a lot of us felt we were getting to know our neighbours a lot better at that point than maybe we had before. And then the pandemic ended, we got back to our busy lives, and I think maybe we lost what we began to grasp.
Yeah, I can remember going to a street in Hertfordshire, and everybody had found somebody that was a friend through the pandemic. And I said, look, I can only hope that this carries on afterwards. But, you know, we all went back to our jobs. we all went back on the wheel, as it were. And I think that's what Thank You Day is partially about. It's about remembering that you don't have to stay on that wheel all the time. You have an opportunity to say thank you to the people that go the extra mile for you in your community. And you also have an opportunity to come together. You know, we live in a fantastic country. We live in a democracy. We have a lot of things to be thankful for, but also those people that go the extra mile. Like I've got, you know, John and Ian down the cricket club. They turn up every weekend give up their entire weekends for kids so they can encourage them to play cricket. I've got volunteers at the Thames Hospice. They turn up all through the year. They don't get paid a penny, and they look after people in desperate need of care, or they get them from A to B. There are a lot of people out there that do things that you wouldn't even know. They give up their time selflessly, and this is an opportunity for us to say thank you to them.
And lots of people behind you there, Ross. You've managed to get there quite nice and early in the morning at the RVS. What's going to be happening there in Rickmansworth today?
Yeah. Well, we're having breakfast. We may be having a lunch. These ladies all the time turn up and look after the other people here, and it makes a tremendous difference to their lives. You know, if you're living on your own and you've lost a loved one, if you can come somewhere like this where you're shown genuine affection, where someone knows your name, they know your background, and they're also going to cook you a very nice meal, then, you know, hopefully they're still going when I need one, which is not far off, I hasten to add.
Well, we're just seeing some pictures now behind the scenes in the kitchens, and they're making you a nice salad for your lunch and some sandwiches. So I reckon you're going to be all right, Ross.
Yeah.
You're going to be well served there, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a little barbecue tonight ahead of the football. What? I know you're a big football fan. You're supporting England. How's it looking, do you reckon? It's funny mood, isn't it, about the campaign so far?
Look, a lifelong England supporter, as you know, nothing is for certain in tournament football. On paper, we should walk it. But you know what? I'm not going to be out there playing. I don't know what it's like to be a professional footballer in that kind of situation. But you know what? I think the nation again should come together. Let's not be cynics here. Let's be optimistic, a glass full, and let's drain one after we beat Slovenia and go through to the next stage.
Absolutely right. Well said, Ross. Lovely to talk to you this morning. And once again, the 7th of July, big thank you, as many people as possible to get out and get volunteering.
I tell you what, if you're hungry, there are some croissants.
Can we say goodbye properly?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we say goodbye? Right, ready, 1, 2, 3. Cheers for volunteers!
Yay! Cheers for volunteers, the people who make the UK tick every day. Lovely to see you and all your mates there in Hertfordshire. Great to catch up. Thank you very much indeed.
Do stay
Bye-bye.
with us. We've got the headlines coming up.